Why is best practice profitability so elusive for the vast majority of real estate brokers in our industry today in a time where there's more profit available than ever before? Hi, I'm Wayne Einhorn. I'm the president here at Inner Circle Broker Coaching, and helping brokers drive profitability is one of the 7 core competencies that make our coaching program so effective for brokers. Profitability actually impacts several of our competencies, but I want to talk today about profitability in terms of your business model and your financial management. First, let's establish the opportunity. I've been in the brokerage industry for over 40 years. 30 of those years have been leading brokerages. Today, brokerages who follow our recipe or who have otherwise achieved best practices can earn more money than ever before in our industry. Let's let that sink in for a minute. I'm saying that you can make more money today than ever before as a real estate broker. Even if you're currently profitable, my experience is that you can increase your profitability significantly. Rarely do I see a best practice broker without some opportunity for improvement, and I often see brokers with little or no profitability that can turn their operation into the organization that they always dreamed of. How is that possible? There are 2 things that you have to focus on. First is your market adjusted margin target. The market impacts brokers' ability to earn money. This is common sense. But the question is, what should your margin have been in 2021, the highest transaction year on record, and what should your margin be in 2024, possibly one of the lowest transaction years in the last 30 years? I'm going to make a very blunt statement. If you don't know those 2 numbers, you shouldn't be in the brokerage business. Almost all of the operational decisions you need to make are driven by the market adjusted margin targets. So how do we get to a margin target? I said that there's 2 things that you needed to focus on. The second is the 5 economic drivers of a real estate brokerage. There are 5 simple numbers that drive the economics that control your business. That is the revenue, expense, and profit of your company. Not knowing your 5 economic drivers would be kind of like trying to fly an airplane without a fuel gauge or an airspeed indicator. It's possible you'd succeed, but it would be scary and hard. And we don't need any more of that in the real estate industry. The 5 economic drivers are: number 1, margin contribution per person; number 2, distribution of revenue. In other words, how does the revenue flow? Number 3, the number of agents forecast to be recruited. Number 4, the number of agents forecast to be attrition. And number 5, your expense ratios. Understanding these 5 numbers are the keys to profitability. Each economic driver has its own set of unique factors. For example, the expense ratios that I spoke about in number 5 need to be broken down into what I call expense buckets. Each bucket is assigned a percentage that defines how much of the gross margin is invested in that particular bucket. This is critical, and it's a critical exercise, because if you want to generate, let's say, 25% profit, simple math tells us we only have 75% to invest in our buckets. Where do I invest the money that are critical to operational decisions? You might look at all of this and think, wow, this is complicated. I like to say it's simple, but it's not easy. It's simple because taking unprofitable brokerages and making them profitable, and taking profitable brokerages and increasing profitability significantly, is something we've done hundreds and hundreds of times before. It's like driving down a familiar old road where you know exactly where the potholes and hairpin turns are, and you know where the straightaways are. You know when to slow down, and you know when you can speed up. If driving best practice profitability has been elusive to you, reach out to us for a free consultation. You owe it to yourself. There's way too much money being left on the table not to take action now.